moving forward. And I don't know. It can't hurt after the past 8 years of whatever we've had, guys. Whatever you want to say about it, change is going to be good. And I know, I mean, oil is up to $50 a barrel right now, so Texans are not complaining. I know Texans aren't complaining, and that I know that has to do with the OPEC agreement that was signed so that they would limit their production. However, that does not apply to certain fracking and stuff like that. But if these people decide to abide by the agreement, then that will mean good things in the oil field industry. For those of you listening that might be oil field workers, man, mad respect to you guys, to everybody that goes in and punches that fucking clock every day and fucking sucks on that big old company cock, doing some shit you fucking hate doing all day long. Mad respect. I mean, and those of you who wake up every day like yours truly and do what you love to do, booyah, you know what it's all about, man. Fuck yeah. You ain't got to fucking go home and chug Listerine. Hell, you probably work from home. So yeah, Trump's in, and like I said, I haven't had any kind of fucking outside connection with the real world. As far as the television goes, like I said, I hotwired the damn satellite or the digital signal receiver to work, and like I said, it worked for like 18 hours, and then it fried. It literally smoked. But I did take it all apart and put my own power source to it and everything. It Frankenstein. But it did work. It did work for a minute. Yeah, I was all excited, man. I was going to get up this morning and, maybe do some push-ups and watch me an episode or two of Saved by the Bell. And the motherfucking cable box was fried. Tried to turn it on, nothing happened. I tried to put the cord, unplug the cord and put it in. It started sparking and shit. So, yeah, I figured that's not good. I might as well just leave the zombie Frankenstein cable box to the trash and move on to bigger and better things. So instead of watching Saved by the Bell this morning, guess what? I'm spending it with therapy time with Zombie and friends, fucking with you wild motherfuckers, all you little maniacs out there. So I encourage everyone to do what they love to do every single day whenever they wake up. And it does start with you. You know what I'm saying? Set aside 5 or 10 minutes a day to have a hobby or something that you're interested in or something that you would like to learn or a book that you want to read. And, before you know it, that 5 or 10 minutes a day will turn into the whole day. And the time to do anything, ladies and gentlemen, the time to act is right now. The time to do something to perform every single task at hand to your best ability. The only time to do it is now, because the beauty of the past was cold last night, man. It was a cold night last night. But guess what? Last night's behind us. The past is behind us. And the future, I can take all the notes and make all the notes. Of course, I have no notes today, but guess what? We might not wake up tomorrow, so we got to do what we can do at the time we have at hands right now. We got to act right now and do, perform every task that you can to the best of your ability. That's not too much to ask, and it will add up to, that's right, success. And if you have your parents around right now, tell them you love them. Send them an email, a fax. What's that? Stuff with the margin and lines on it that you write on, and you can fold it up and put it in an envelope and mail it to them. Yeah, write them a letter. But let them know that you appreciate them bringing your monkey ass into this world. So I'll see if I have any other big brain busters or any other big Brazoria County news, because we are coming at you live, uncut and unrated from beautiful Brazoria County. That's right, and if you want to get fit, just speaking of Brazoria County, I would encourage you to visit Rough House Fitness on FM 521, the old McCoy's building. That's right, Rough House Fitness, right there in beautiful Brazoria, Texas. And let them know Zombie sent you. That's right. So yeah, guys, don't get discouraged, man. Hang in there. It's the snowball effect. It'll get bigger and bigger. The more good things you put into your body, the more you exercise, the more your body will crave good things, and you will crave to exercise. So just keep in there. I would always be here to inspire you guys, and we're constantly on the advance of improving our radio Robcast sound. However, the raindrops outside we have no control over, and I think they're kind of soothing. It'd be way nicer if I was cuddled up on the couch, Netflixing and chilling. Does that really mean fucking? That too, that would be warm, at least. Oh, so yeah, guys, I would encourage you to... Every single person has a special talent. That's one thing that you've got to know. You could start your own podcast if that's what if that's what you want to do. Sit down and hit record. Your neighbor, your army buddy, one of your siblings, your parents. You never know what's going to happen with spontaneous conversation. And hey, if you do start your own podcast, I'll listen to it. And it's got to be better than this crap, right? Wah, wah, wah. But no, yeah, everyone has a special talent, and you should use that shit before you lose that shit, man. You know what I mean? The time to do it's now. Tomorrow's not promised, and the beauty of the past, it's behind us. If you weren't happy yesterday, and that's another thing too, man, controlling, like I said, that deep, dark place that men try to crawl into where you just want to be left the fuck alone. I've got certain peers that fuck, man, I try to keep them away from that. They try to keep me away from that. And whenever you get a couple of those people in your life, that's whenever I tell you that you should definitely have peers that are people that you would aspire to be, and creative people. Because while creators are going to create, competitive people are just going to keep competing and trying to keep up with the Joneses and going along with the flow and not thinking for themselves, right? It just matters if they have a Mercedes or if they have that purse. But what doesn't matter is how shallow they are. And that's one of the problems that I run into with that. Is that, man, you should judge a person by the merit of what's inside their brain and how their views on life and opinion. And until you sit down and talk to someone for a good hour, you don't know these things. So how can you tell me that because I ride a motorcycle that I built with my own two hands, and you have a $130,000 car that the bank owns, that you're better than I am? I do not agree with that. And if you happen to be one of those people that think like that, then I feel for you. And as Christians say, I will pray for you. Because there's no shame in my game, man. If I have to go right now anywhere, I'm gonna get mud on my shoes. That's just a fact. So guess what? I've got to wear some old ratty shoes anywhere I go today. I know this. It's a fact of life. Oh, and yeah, I mean, you can control your own destiny. You can create your own market. You can do all of your hopes and dreams that you aspire to be. The good Lord has those dreams and those hopes times 100, and no one's going to bring it to you. No one's going to just walk up and hand it to you. You have to go out and get it. Go get it. You know what I mean? There's that hunger, and I'm not associating hunger with real hunger, like being hungry. Do you even know what it's like to be hungry? I happen to know what it's like to be hungry, and I happen to know what it's like to be hungry, like wanting to get that next thing, to get to that next level in mind, in body, and in spirit. And anything that I can do to try to encourage all you little maniacs to live for your mind, your body, and your spirit, and to be happy, do what you love to do. What the fuck, man? Who doesn't want to do that? There is a master formula that I haven't come up with yet, but I'm definitely working on it, and I'm definitely smiling and blessed and happy every single day that the good Lord gives me on this earth, that I might be able to use my voice and bring you all some silliness. Yeah, that's a trip too. I was just telling our producer that it's been raining here for the past couple days, right? And I get sketched out. I look out here and I see water. But because the last time, June the 5th, I believe it was, Yeah, I spent the night out here, and this motherfucker was a lake. We all got flooded out, and everyone else left. Well, what I'm saying is now I get a little bit sketched out that our whole community was flooded the fuck out, and I do not have a kayak, a boat, a canoe. I mean, it's now I shouldn't get sketched out about these things, right? But because I do not have I'm seeing Tractor Supply's got a badass kayak right now that I need to just go grab for $199 just to have it here, just for my peace of mind. But yeah, it's a trip. I mean, stuff like that I shouldn't even have to worry about, right? That I'm going to have to paddle the fuck out of my neighborhood. I don't know. I mean, Flip doesn't quite understand, but he was around. You were around here before it happened, and then you went back home, and then what? Yeah, so he understands the magnitude of well, you can look around you still. And I was a little bit upset because it's been 6 months now, and the inside of my parents' place is not completely finished yet. I just finished like the kitchen wall, both sides of the kitchen and the living room wall. It's not painted yet, but I might just stain it. It's all wood, and it looks pretty nice. But the point is I was pretty down because I'm staying in a 25-foot travel trailer next to my parents' house right now, helping them get their I have a room in their house too. Now, that's where I live. Don't get me wrong. Don't get it twisted. And I own the property next door where I will build my shop with my loft and move everything from my small shop, which is not much now because I had to throw all my fucking tools and stuff away after the flood. They just turned to mush. Oh, but anyway, the point is that I was a little bit upset because my bedroom's not finished. I've got the walls and everything are done, but I haven't put a anyway, it's not quite ready for me I don't have a fucking bed anyway. I've been sleeping on a cot, and that's why, these things start to get to you a little bit. And that's why I got to get on here sometimes and just fucking blow off some steam. You know what I mean? Hear me? I'm saying. But whenever I start feeling a little bit down about these things, then I get on the old Robcast radio, zoom a scooter, and I scoot around our community to see, what's happening around the neighborhood. And I see 1, 2, 3 other acquaintances from out here that their whole family are living in a little travel trailer next to their place, and their place isn't. One person, he's doing his restrooms now, and he should be moving in this weekend. But our neighbor, just to the west, hell, they had to tear their whole house down. Then they had to bring in loads and loads and loads of dirt, and they raised their place up like, I guess, about 6 feet, and they're having to build a whole new house. And their whole family are staying in a little travel trailer smaller than the one that I used for the radio show. And also, I've been sleeping in here at night, but I don't have to. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to. Oh man, I guess what are my other options would be the only thing I've got in my bedroom that's I got to put the floor down in there, the tile, and paint. But the only thing in there is my dirt bike and a couple boxes, the things that didn't get ruined in the flood. But like I said, man, whenever I get a little bit depressed, I'm like, man, I'm sleeping on a cot. I feel like my mind is, I need a bed at this point in the game after 6 months, It's like, I was sleeping on a love seat, and now I'm sleeping on a cot, and I'm blessed to have said cot, and I'm blessed to have, the place to sleep in. Don't get me wrong. But I'm totally blessed because I do not have to share this small space with, 6 or 7 other family members while we're having to completely rebuild, a house all the way from the ground up. So, I mean, I guess that makes me look at my situation and say, look, dude, it can always be worse. So fucking quit your fucking whining like a little bitch that fell off a fucking bicycle and fucking ripped her new skirt, and motherfucking dig in and work out and drink these protein shakes and try to get back in touch with that beautiful lady that you had been talking to, but you kind of just said, man, I'm not at the right time in my life where I feel like I can be romantic. But if I wait until then I might be waiting too fucking long.